Hello! Welcome back and happy March 1st, everybody. And let me tell you, it feels like March. The weather is so nice today. It's like 70 degrees and it's supposed to get to 80s this weekend. What is happening? I don't know, but I'm so excited. I have been cooped up, so I'm ready to get out and enjoy some things. Although I have to be honest, when you get out more and you're feeling good, you tend to want to spend money. So we'll have to prepare for that and kind of regroup. I actually have a lunch date coming up this week, so we will act accordingly. If this is your first time here, which it probably is, my name is Jessica Linh. I'm 32 years old. I'm an actress. I'm a DoorDasher. I am a nail tech, mainly. I have a lot of odd jobs when they come in, odd jobs. And I'm living my life. I'm trying to get my life together. So today is a March monthly budget video and monthly goals. We're gonna get on track and get in gear for spring. Also, I was just walking my dog this morning and I literally saw a coyote less than 50 feet away. Broad daylight. These little guys are not afraid to come out. He was literally the size of my dog, but just skinnier. And I thought it was a stray dog, but it wasn't. So there's that. This channel is going to have monthly budget videos and recaps. We're going to do vlogs, maybe some hair stuff, lifestyle as well. So if that's of interest to you, please like and subscribe, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you and have you part of my community. Got my coffee here. I got my hair in a nice little poof. I actually have it down in the later half of this video because I filmed that yesterday and then I had to go to work, and at work it just got real humid and everything got frizzy and poofy, and I cannot stand if you have that with your hair, like especially with curly hair, just on your neck and it just feels hot and ugh. So I had to put it up. So here we are on a new day where the hair is officially up. Once it goes up, it does not come back down until the next wash day. So there you go. In today's video, we're going to go over March's budget, and we have a few things going on. Thought about including my recap from last month as well, but honestly, it's just too much to include in one video, so I'm going to make that a separate thing. That way I can take some time to reflect on how things went, especially financially, because overall, I think it went decently well. I had a lot of hangouts with the friends that I don't get to do that often, and I didn't spend a lot of money doing it. So that's awesome. I also was able to put a good amount of extra money towards my private student loan, which is great. Spoiler alert, so I'll talk more about that. Also, I got quite a few auditions, which is great because January was crickets, so that was a bit stressful at times, but honestly, it was so nice. I feel like I had this good flow of auditioning going where I put the time in and I prepared, but I didn't hang on to it so much. Sometimes I get into kind of a stressful place where prepare, and then I just like don't want to do it. I keep pushing it off. So it was nice that I kind of just got down to business and got it done. I can't talk business. March is going to be a fun month. I'm going to get into some gardening personally, which I haven't done in a couple of years. And I've never really fully done it on my own. I like did it with a roommate a couple years ago. So for this year, I want to just plant a couple herbs, especially the ones that keep mosquitoes away, like lavender, rosemary, maybe grow some lemongrass, marigolds, which are really pretty yellow and orange flowers, and they keep bugs away as well, so that will be nice. And then besides that, maybe just a couple of vegetables like peppers and tomatoes, something relatively easy. We'll see how it goes. Another thing coming up in March is I have a trip to New York City, and I'm excited. Good news, I booked a staged reading that will be at a New York theater. I do not know the theater yet. It's kind of a cool opportunity. Another Atlanta actor that I know, I'm friends with, wrote his own play, and it was picked up by a theater to do a live staged reading, which if you don't know, a staged reading is for playwrights. They have a group of actors, a cast of actors that perform their play, and it's not a full-on production where everyone's memorized and literally doing the polished part of it. It's more of like a rough draft, just to hear the words out loud, hear how things gel together and maybe changes that need to be made. But it's a cool opportunity for an audience that can still come in in and see a performance and see the early stages of a play starting to get on its legs. So I'm really excited for that because I haven't been to New York City in a really long time, and I've certainly never performed in New York City. So that is just going to be a cool experience on its own, even if it's not like a polished type of thing. I don't care. It's going to be cool. So in the meantime, we'll go maybe a couple days earlier, my boyfriend and I, and see a couple shows, eat some good food, just explore the city a little bit. I can't wait. Another thing that's coming up in March is our dog Jorah's Gotcha Day. It'll be a year since we adopted him, March 22nd, I believe. He was 4 months at the time, so he's a little bit over a year old. So I want to do like a little mini party for him, maybe get him like a little, like I see people get these little dog cakes, get him a little party hat. It's gonna take some dumb, silly, cute pictures, so that'll be really nice. He won't have any idea, but we'll know, and it'll be the most precious thing ever. Another thing happening that's kind of big in March is I'm gonna be ready to pay for a big dental procedure, if you will. Nothing surgical, but it's called an alpha appliance that will go in my mouth, and it's supposed to help the cranial strain associated with my TMJ, my underbite, my crossbite. It's a very expensive thing. It's almost $7,000. But I need it. I have been with this dentist for over a year now, and we did the first phase of therapy, and it did help a lot. Like, I have been able to sleep much longer than I was in the past. I don't have as much pain, but I still deal with a lot of chronic pain. I don't know what else is going to give me true relief and maybe help actually fix my jaw a little bit. It won't be perfect. I may still need jaw surgery down the line if I want to get to that 100% perfection, but for right now, I just want to be in a state where I'm not in pain all of the time and not thinking about my jaw, and I can eat certain things without being in pain. That is what I want. So if this appliance called the ALF Alpha Appliance can do that, I'm gonna do it. What's also happening is, because it's so expensive, my boyfriend is going to help me pay for it, because if I have to save for it all in one before I can start, it's gonna take a while, since I'm also paying off other things. So he wanted to help ease that that strain on me. So he's gonna pay for almost half of it. So that's $3,000, and you will see that reflected in my budget. And then I have another couple $1,000 savings that I can put towards it, and then the rest I will put on Care Credit, which is a non-interest loan that you can take out for health-related procedures. That being said, March is definitely going to be a high spending month. I feel like I've been saying since the beginning of this year that like January or February would be kind of slow. Maybe March will be slow, one of these months, but like they've all been kind of high spending months so far and just keep getting higher and higher. So, I don't know how the rest of the year is going to go and where all of that money is going to come from, but we're going to figure it out. My boyfriend and I, we're going to try our hardest to not eat out so much, especially before New York City, just so we can save up as much as we can and enjoy ourselves there. But like I said, it's getting nice out, so the temptation is real, you guys. It is so real. If you guys can like comment and give me that encouragement, I would love that. To stay strong in the non-spending game, all right? Without further ado, let's get to this budget. This is a planner by Asia Dang. It is her small business, and I really like the planner. It's got a nice, simple format. Okay, so March. I know that is not pretty, but that is March's monthly budget. Because I have a regular income, I have checks coming all throughout the month. I don't quite know when, but so far my income is $1,765.15. Rent, $625. Split that with my boyfriend. Same every month. Utilities, which include Hulu, my phone bill, and iCloud, are $80. And the $625, by the way, my water, gas, electrics, all included. It's a really good deal, and we split it all amongst the other housemates that live upstairs as well. Car insurance is $70. Health insurance, dental and medical is $66. Student loans, I'm putting a minimum of $250, but I definitely want to be able to put extra towards that. Maybe an extra $500 this month. It'll be really tight, but we'll see. My acting school membership subscription is $20, same as every month. This is not for classes. This is for a different member subscription that they offer, which is all kinds of like freebies, like a Q&A, sometimes audition feedback, and just kind of cool exercises and things that we can do on our own time. Gas is $120. Not sure if we'll be able to stay within that pocket. I believe last month I estimated more and actually used less than that when it was under budget. So hopefully we can stick right in that window. Food. Food, I forgot to include both grocery food and split it up as that, and then going out food. The total for that will be $450 this month. And that's because of our trip to New York and it's just getting nicer outside. So hopefully between groceries and going out, we can stick within $450. Honestly, I know that's still not enough, but with that and my boyfriend's help as well, hopefully we can get close to that. Business, only $20 this month. We shouldn't have to get too many things. I'm thinking maybe like a mini tripod. I need a new mini tripod for my phone, maybe some kind of like selfie stick to help with vlogging when I'm out and about. Home is $100. I want to split that towards gardening, which is one of my goals this month, and paying back my boyfriend for some of our kitchen light remodeling that we did back in January. So I've been slowly, steadily paying him back for that as well. Entertainment. Entertainment is kind of high. It's at $300 this month. That's because of the Broadway shows that I want to go see in New York when we go for that trip. And again, lightly frolicking around Atlanta this month just because the weather's getting nicer. Travel. Travel is going to include flights and also lodging. I'll be splitting that with my boyfriend. I did already see flights to New York. I haven't bought my ticket yet, but they weren't that expensive. They were within $100 to LaGuardia, so hopefully that. And then lodging will be $500, and we possibly have a free place to stay with a friend of a friend who will be out of town. So if that's the case, this could be even lower, which would be awesome. And also that's got to include traveling within the city, so subway tickets, Ubers, which can easily get pricey. Girls trip. I want to put towards savings for a girls trip that is happening in middle of August, so definitely got to start now, and I'm hoping to put $200 towards that. Other trips and weddings. 'Tis the season, y'all. Everyone's getting married, and you know, my boyfriend and I have small getaways that we want to take as well. We would love to go on like a week-long trip somewhere, but it seems to just never be a possibility because of other people's trips and weddings that kind of take up that time. So I just want to be able to put $200 away for that as well. And these both will go into separate savings accounts. Health and fitness. That is therapy, which I started last month. My chiropractor that I have to go see every 2 weeks. We're going to set that at $250. I definitely spent a little extra last month just because I was meeting my deductible and trying out different therapists. And even this month I was considering trying acupuncture finally because I've heard so many good things about it, but I haven't gotten to try it for myself. So we'll see if $250 is enough. And then last but not least is that dental jaw procedure that I need to do this month. It is very expensive. The total is almost $7,000. It's $6,757. I did mention that my boyfriend is so kindly wanting to help out and help me get through this, so he's going to put $3,000 towards that. So for the sake of making things simple for what is coming into what is my responsibility is $3,000, $3,757. I'll likely be able to put around $2,000 myself towards that, and then the remainder will have to go onto care credit, which will then be reflected in my monthly bills. So technically another loan that I have to take out, but a different kind of loan. I know medical bills are sometimes seen differently, and it's something that is truly necessary. So I need to do it, even if it's going to be painful. It'll hopefully take me out of some pain that I've been going through. So my total, for whatever reason, I just wanted to include it even before the ALF procedure, is $3,251. But adding the 3,757, that brings my total to $7,008. So a huge chunk of money this month. Definitely not a small amount, and definitely looks overwhelming when I see it like this on paper, but it's also like, it's just nice to have a plan to see, okay, when we divide that up weekly, what needs to go where. We don't have a lot of room to mess around. So that being said, let's do the damn thing. So now on to my monthly goals. First, we have financial goals, and we have personal goals, home goals, and then career and business goals. So for financial goals, first one is I want to pay at least $500 towards my student loan debt. For the first 2 months, I've been able to put a pretty good amount towards my loans, which is almost $1,000 each time. So that's awesome, because I've never been able to make big lump sum payments like that, so it's really exciting. This month might be harder just because I have the trip to New York coming up this month, and then I also have a big big dental / medical procedure that I'm finally going to be paying for, which is my TMJ therapy. So that's going to cost quite a bit. My next goal is to underspend in 3 variable budget categories. So stuff like food or entertainment or shopping. I think I can do it. Again, it's going to be a big spending month, but I think if I'm just like really mindful about what I buy and not just like seeing and wanting and getting everything that I see, then we should maybe be okay. I also want to save $300 for New York City. That's going to be partially what I'm carrying over from last month, because I had some extra money to spend or to save, and then also just cash flowing through this month with income. So that's just not stuff that I've saved in the past, but just money that I'm trying to save this current month towards that. And then the same thing, I need to save $200 for a girls' trip that's happening in August with a few of my high school girlfriends. Personal goals. My first goal is to work out 3 times a week, or 10 times total, which 10 doesn't sound like a large number, neither does 3 times a week, but I have not hit 10 in a month since, I don't know, sometimes last year. So clearly it has been difficult for me. I got back on the workout train late fall, and I've been doing 2 times a week with my trainer and like small group training classes, but 3 times a week I have not hit it. I've gone out on walks, but you can see I said walks do not count, and I mean that, because I walk plenty. I have a dog, so I gotta get out with him. But I want to do literal exercising, whether it's a little more intensive yoga or weight training or HIIT training, anything like that, 3 times a week. Practice at least 5 minutes of French and Vietnamese every day on Duolingo. I was doing so well at that, also not really much last year, but I used to take French all through high school and even in college, so I got pretty good, but I totally fell off the bandwagon. And then Vietnamese is my mom's first language. I have never spoken Vietnamese fluently. I hear it all the time at the nail salon, and I understand a little bit, and I even speak a tiny bit, but I would love to be able to speak so much more. So instead of shooting for like, I'm gonna practice 30 minutes to an hour every day. I just don't think that's realistic. I'm gonna start small. If any of you have ever read Atomic Habits by, I think, James Carville, he talks about just starting extremely small, which he's not the only one that's well known. So I'm gonna shoot for 5 minutes a day and go from there. Next, I want to do 5 gratitudes at least 5 times a week. So sitting down and journaling. I used to do gratitude all the time and really fell off the bandwagon with that. And I can I can see and feel myself slipping into negative habits and thoughts a lot more often. So I would like to do 5 a day. That should be easy. Next is reading. I'm not a big reader. I've seen some YouTubers talk about reading an insane amount of books per month, and like, honestly, like, I can't do that. It's really hard for me to just like sit and read a book quietly and letting my mind just focus on that for a while. It's not my thing. It's not that I hate reading. I don't hate it. It's just hard for me to have that quietness. So again, instead of shooting for reading a certain number of books, because honestly I probably couldn't even do one, I'm gonna go for reading 5 minutes a day, because it's all about settling in and building that habit rather than setting myself up to flat out fail. Next personal goal / kind of a health goal is taking vitamins at least 5 times a week. I started taking a pre and probiotic in the morning, which is super easy for me, and I felt good doing it because it's the first thing I do on an empty stomach, so that's not hard. But then vitamins I can't take without food or I'll get really sick. And the thing is, once I get food going, my day just kind of like takes off and I forget to do it. And I like how I feel when I take vitamins, so I am going to set a reminder, maybe put up like an index card in the kitchen right by the sink or something to let me know, do that. So we'll see how that goes. And then last for personal goals is doing a hair and face mask every week. I do both of those things, I just don't do them frequently enough. And my hair has been through some things in the last year, so I would really like to get it back to a more healthier state. And same with my skin. My skin and my hair are important for not just me as a person, but also for my career as an actor. I need to take care of my appearance, and I'm fine with my appearance. I'm great with how my appearance is so far, but I think I could be better. Plus, I want to be better at self-care in general, not just as a chore, but actually enjoying that self-care and sitting with that. And that's just something I haven't done enough. So there you go. Home goals. Home goals are things that I've wanted to just get done around the house. So the first one is paint my coffee table. I got that coffee table in our living room last year, and I'm saying I was going to paint it, and I just never have. Just never did. It's very easy for me to push stuff off, like little home projects off like that. So this is the month that I'm saying I'm going to finally do that. And I'm not sure on a color, but I have been thinking over and over again of doing like an emerald green, which I really like. So we're gonna TBD on that. Next goal is to start my garden. That's already a part of my home budget, but since the weather is going to be so nice this week, I'm like, we got to get on it. We got to do it. So I'm going to start that garden. I want to do 2 to 3 herbs. So like lavender, rosemary, lemongrass is not an herb, but I'm doing all of these, 1, because I like the smell, and 2, because mosquitoes apparently don't like those things. So we're going to plant all the things that mosquitoes don't like, because we don't like mosquitoes. They are running rampant in Atlanta. They haven't been surfacing just yet, but last year they were horrible. I couldn't even like hang out on my screen and porch. They found ways to get in. I couldn't hang out in my backyard. Playing with my dog, I would get eaten alive. So I'm trying to do some natural things before just resorting to straight like mosquito pesticides. So we'll see how that goes. And then last, I want to clean my back porch. It's technically our exit and entrance into our part of the house, and that's kind of all it is. And I would really like to be able to hang out there more and enjoy it, especially in this time of year where it's beautiful without being scalding hot outside. So we're gonna sweep it up, we're gonna wipe some things down, wash some covers and, you know, all the dusting and stuff, and we're gonna make it real cute. All right, and lastly is career and business goals. My first goal is to make my YouTube channel end card. I have been slowly getting acquainted with this whole environment, and I think it's time I can create an end card. There's tons of videos on it, so it shouldn't be hard. It's just really just sitting down and saying I'm gonna do that. So that's why I have that here. Second goal is to make one video a week. I have my budget video, I have my recap video. I also want to start vlogging, which I already have started doing, so I just gotta sit down and edit, and yeah. I think a video a week is the standard that most YouTubers do. It's harder than it looks. It's a lot of work when you already have other things going on, but that is my goal, and I think we can do it. I also want to update my audition tracker. It is my way to keep up my stats, see trends in the auditions that I'm getting and the casting directors that I'm seen by. Again, I fell off from it and just didn't pick it back up. So since it's still early enough in the year and I've had auditions but not an overwhelming amount, I think we can just start fresh and do a 2022 audition tracker, which I use Google Sheets for. And then the last goal is to research 5 managers. So 5 managers typically out in LA. I had a manager through 2020, and then with COVID and everything, I decided to just kind of part ways, and it really wasn't going the way I had wanted to, which is totally fine. I have a much better idea now of what I'm looking for in a manager, and to be honest, I'm kind of happy with how things are going right now. They're steady, and it's not like a huge amount of momentum, but I feel good with where I'm at and what I've been able to build in the Southeast market in Atlanta. But I think while I'm at this point and there's not a ton of pressure, it could be a good time to just kind of casually go through and check out different managers and see what might be a good fit. So that is it for our March budget and our monthly goals. I'm excited. I want to see how it goes. I'm a little nervous, but I think it's going to be a fun month. And if you've watched this long, thank you so much. Please consider liking and subscribing. Leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. And I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Once again, I'm Jessica Linh.